My name is Amber Jean, and I live at the end of the road near the top of a mountain just outside of Livingston, Montana. And I've been making a living as an artist in Montana for the last 20 plus years. My work is so entwined with my life and lifestyle as a Montanan and as a person who embraces and lives and explores and adventures in the wilderness. Like, you can't really separate them. I've started to work parts of my world into the pieces themselves, like materials. I use materials that surround me. For instance, big trees. So I harvest those and I use them in a lot of my big sculptures. I've been working on some small series where I use skulls. And I just feel like there's a similarity between them and the trees because each one has its own little personality and each one has a story. I like them to inform my work, and then I bring my story in and then we kind of intertwine them. For me, a lot of creativity has to do with listening. I've become a good craftsperson. I can run power tools and I can work with wood or steel or glass or whatever, and I know how to manipulate the materials. But where I am in my work now has more to do with listening to the material and seeing what it has to say. It's almost like a dance, or like dance partners, you know, and if I bring a tree in, it has its story and it has its moves, and then I have mine, and then somehow we got to figure out how to make this work. Each piece isn't the same, and I don't start a project. I have a general vision, just like I might have an idea of getting to the top of a mountain and wanting to summit a peak, but I don't know what's all in between, and I only know when I've got there, when I've achieved it. So the creative process isn't as magical or as like instantly easy, I don't think. It's pretty messy. Absolutely every piece that I consider successful has had its moments of being almost a total pure disaster. And usually when it's kind of gotten me totally strung out and I can't see anymore, or I'm just pretty certain I've destroyed what I was trying to go and create, that's usually right before everything comes together. I remember one of the early critics saying something about my work and how much it was related to this place, and I was so afraid to be termed Western because I have this idea about Western. But then I realized that my idea of Western has to do with this whole idea of don't fence me in, like the people who went out and they push boundaries and they go beyond the fence line and they explore and venture, that kind of idea of Western, and I realized that my work is so Western. People kept saying way back in school that in order to do it you have to leave. And I'd left several times, but Montana it ended up being too important to me, and the energy and spirit of this place is so much me that I just had to